Welcome to David Bradley Show with your host, David Bradley.
What's going on, everybody? We have totally discombobulated every daggone thing, and Caitlin's pointing at camera so I know which camera I'm supposed to be looking at. So, what we've done is usually it's just me and the other guest that's on. And this time we've got one of these phenomenal duos that we decided to just totally disrupt everything and change everything around. That way they would sit together and you wouldn't be like, oh, there's so-and-so. And there's David. And there's the others. Okay. So we're going to do this halfway decent, I guess. Hopefully, maybe. There's no freaking telling. Because the cool part about it is the duo Calamity Jane is here. And they have some wonderful music out there. They've opened with some really good people. And they have a podcast, which is kind of cool. We've actually been shooting the shit a little bit before we even got on air. So, y'all give it up, please, for Lucy and Camille. Am I saying it right, Camille?
Yes.
Okay. Because I got a cousin named Camille.
Okay. A lot of people call me Camilla, but I'm like, no, it's just Camille.
How? How do they do that?
There's no A on there, but
no.
Must be a Southern thing. But I'm from the South, and I can still read, so I don't know.
Yeah, no, I just, there would have to be an A on there or something. I mean, it would just drive me nuts.
It depends on where you're from, though, and your accent. Yeah. Because I always say Camille. I'm from the Northeast, and Camille goes Camille.
Yeah. Well, I've had to kind of change how I say it because everyone's like Camilla, and I'm like, no, Camille.
Yeah, because you used to kind of say Camille.
Yeah.
Isn't Camilla more like English or UK?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I like the name. It's pretty, but that's not it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Just be me, man. Just be me.
Or Millie.
Millie. Yeah, you can call her Millie. That's what I call her.
Millie.
Yeah, if it's easier. No confusion there.
Well, it's better than some of the names I get called and answer to. So, I mean.
Fair enough. Then there you go.
You never know. Oh, Lord. So what I read that you actually put all this together.
Well, sort of. We definitely are a joint effort, very much.
Well, what threw me off was because you're like Northeast and she's Southern, and I'm just like, where in the hell did y'all meet?
Well, we did meet here in Nashville, because we were both living here and had been here for several years, and we met through mutual friends, and it was a complicated situation. So I used to be in a trio with totally different people, and we kind of, long story short, Camille ended up joining the trio when we lost our lead singer, and then the third person ended up leaving. So then it was going to just be me and Camille, but she still had her solo career going on at the time. So she decided to kind of focus on that. And I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do simultaneously. And because I'm primarily a fiddle player, I'm definitely not a lead singer. No one, including myself, would ever want to hear that. But I was trying to figure, because I am a songwriter as well, and I love songwriting. So I was like, I write songs, I arrange music, I play music. I just can't sing lead vocals. So what am I going to do? I can't be a solo artist. And so I kind of had this idea of like almost a country version of what DJs do, where essentially, they just feature artists on all their music and all their albums. So they kind of arrange and write everything, but they just bring different people in every time, depending on the song and, what it calls for. So originally I was thinking Calamity Jane would be something like that. And I talked about it with Camille, and I was like, would you want to do a feature, and we can do a song together and see how it goes. And, if we end up wanting to kind of collaborate more in the future, we can discuss that as the time comes. And Camille was like, yeah, that's cool. Let's do it. So then we did the Devil went down to Georgia together. And after working together for a couple months, it kind of just naturally worked out that we were better together, and we were already kind of a duo. We started writing all our music, just the two of us. And we sounded great together, you know, like she's easy to harmonize with because she's perfect. So, so yeah, then it just turned into a duo. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't say like, I noticed our old bio said this and I was like, oh, we got to change. Like it said founded by Lucy Cantley. And I was like, I wouldn't say that. I would say it was founded by the two of us because we are a duo, but,
yeah, we just kind of were like, you know, well, why not? You know,
Yeah.
we're already doing it. We literally had done like 2 or 3 songs together and put them out. And I'm like, it's working. And it was a bit of a journey. And actually it will come full circle when we talk about our new single with the third person and the trio originally.
Yeah.
He's back. But,
He's back.
Yeah. For a song. But yeah, we're still really good friends with him, but we can always talk about that a little later.
That'd
Yeah.
be cool.
Yeah.
Because see, that's what I read. I guess, the older bio. And
I think so. Yeah, I just sent that today to them to update.
Yeah.
Not that, you know, it is cool to tell that backstory though of how originally I was trying to piece together how this would work if it was just me. Because originally I was planning, okay, hypothetically, if this is just me, what is it going to look like? So that's kind of what I had in mind.
Yeah.
But then it very quickly meshed into this duo.
Well,
situation.
I mean, you know, the whole thing behind all of it, you know, is y'all got together and you did The Devil Went Down to Georgia. And Charlie actually gave y'all a thumbs up on it.
Yeah,
That was pretty cool.
That was, you know, it's so sad too. I will never forget this. That was only like 3 or 4 months before he passed away
Yeah.
when we released that song. So it's actually insane to think that he listened to that.
Yeah.
Not that I'm sure he wasn't like dwelling on it for months, but it's just cool to be able to say that like
Yeah.
the legend himself heard the cover that we did.
Yeah, and we've
Yeah.
done a new one actually. We've revamped it. I wish he could hear that. Well, I'm sure he can hear it wherever he is.
Yeah.
But yeah.
He's sitting there now listening to you. What are you talking about?
Yeah, for sure.
He's got it on repeat for sure. He's like, this is it. This is the one.
Makes you wonder, though, is it on hard drive or is there the live streaming up there?
Yeah.
Probably whatever he wants. I'd say he gets whatever he wants.
It's a crinkly old record or something cool. Vintage.
See, what I thought was cool was, though, my thinking, okay, in the past couple of years, we've lost a lot of icons.
Yeah.
And music being the way it is, it gets in your blood. It gets in your soul. So are they all hanging out jamming? Because, you know, they're not up there going, you suck. You know, they ain't doing none of that crap.
They're not those kind of people.
No.
They didn't get where they were by being jealous, you know, vindictive people. They
Yeah.
were the ones that were like, hey, come play with us. You're great. I mean, you know, you have to have that about you to be a legend, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. You know,
Yeah.
well, that was one thing that I read. Somebody else stated that they hung out with Ozzy and they were around Ozzy. And he was one of the nicest people when you was right there next to him. And it was like, he would treat you the same way as he would his neighbor,
yeah.
you know. And that's what I love, because the whole humility thing, you
Right.
know, because I hate when people get pretentious.
Well, the thing about it is that, like, when it's this, you know that you're good at something, and otherwise you wouldn't do it all the time. Or
Yeah.
I mean, at least you think you are, or whatever. But to be able to share that with someone is the more special thing, and just, I don't know, just appreciate what everyone's bringing to the table.
Yeah.
I also think we've talked about this a lot, but I've personally never understood the competitive side of this industry. As type A as I am, and I know you can attest because you know me well enough to know I'm telling the truth on this, but I would not say I'm a competitive person,
Right.
but I'm competitive with myself. I am so hard on myself.
You're your worst critic.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm very, very particular about the product that we deliver. The
Right.
mixes, every time we have a mix come through, I'm like obsessing over it for weeks, and I'm the last one standing with notes every time. But so, you know, I'm competitive within our little world. Like, no, we can do better. We can do better. We can do better. but I don't really believe in the idea that, if there's room for someone else, that means there's not room for you. I don't believe that at all, because I think if you're actually doing it right, like Camille said, you are bringing something unique to the table that just by default nobody else has, because it is you being yourself, and you're the only person that can do that.
If you're competing with someone directly in the music business, then it's just bad news for you.
Yeah.
If you are at a label status where someone's choosing you, they may shelf you because you sound just like somebody else. So you want to have something, you want to stand out amongst the crowd in a way that's not just musically sound, but that you're a good person. You people want to be able to hang out with you. Like musicians want to go on tour with you because you're nice to them or you're cool, or it's you can't be an. I want to keep wanting to. Can I say bad words on here? Probably not.
It's a podcast. Okay. Say what you want to say.
You can't be an asshole and get far. You can, but eventually you're gonna sink. You're gonna fall off because no one's gonna want to hang out with you.
Well, I tell people you need to really watch what path you're on.
Yeah.
Because at any given time, that path can disappear.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And you're replaceable in the music business. Mm-hmm. No matter how good you are. Maybe like not Dolly Parton or
Never Dolly.
Nobody could ever replace her. But like, we're talking about like the rest of us. Like we're all. So you kind of got to look at it that way. You can't get too high on your horse. But a funny story, and I always say it, and Lucy always rolls her eyes when I say this, but when I joined their trio.
I already know which one.
We had... I literally, they're like, can you just, we're doing they were doing a special competition kind of thing, which we won't get into details, but they're like, we just really need to finish this up. Can you join us to finish it up? And
we just had one more round.
Yeah, one
final
more round. And just to see where things go. And then we can talk about if you want to stick around. And we had rehearsed a couple of times, kind of not in a formal setting, but just the three of us and like our friends' rundown cabin or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
We got on stage and it was time for her solo, and I stepped back from the mic and just like,
here you go.
And she looked over at me like I'd like fainted or fallen off the stage because she'd in the previous situation there was no showing the lead singer.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But I've always done that with my band. Like I feel like everyone's equal in bringing. Like you have to have everyone there. And
well, see, that's what I always like, because let's kick it back to late 80s, early 90s. You had all these big rock acts happening, Bon Jovi and Dokken and all these big names. But whenever they wasn't singing, they would step back.
Yeah.
And then the lead guitarist would do his stuff. I mean, even today, Alice Cooper, his guitarist, wonderful, wonderful woman. He will stand back. He'll introduce her.
Yeah.
He will show her off. And that goes with the whole show.
Right.
I think that's part, and in a way, we've talked about this too, the soul of this idea behind Calamity Jane that I originally was kind of messing around with has lived on through what we're doing, in that we still very much are like a collaborative project where, obviously we're a duo, so Camille and I are the front runners of the show, but because I'm also primarily an instrumentalist, I feel like a lot of the music we write is very instrumentally heavy. So there's some really difficult guitar parts, some really difficult banjo parts. Every time we have new players come in, they're like, oh, this took a while to learn. This wasn't just what I expected. So I feel like, even when we're on stage doing a live show, I definitely think of it as a group effort, and we are not the stars of the show. Like everyone on stage.
Every instrument, I think kind of what we want to portray is that every instrument has its voice. Like it's not just a background thing. Like we want the banjo player, for instance, to play his heart out, or her heart out. Like, no, don't wait for a signal. Do your thing. We all want to feel like we're contributing to this beautiful thing that's happening. It's, so yeah.
Kind of like
The jam band.
Kind of like structured, like,
structured
okay,
jam.
everybody knows the song, but let's just jam it.
Yeah.
Yep. That is.
To a certain extent.
Yeah. Because then remember, I'm type A. Don't mess it up too much.
Don't mess with me.
But that was one of the things that, because when Julie told me that she was working on getting y'all on the show, you know, I'm going through and I'm listening to stuff and everything else, and I'm like, well, hell yeah. Because nobody is doing the fiddle like y'all are doing. And the only one that I can think of that would be even close to y'all would be back in the day when Garth Brooks, remember his fiddle player?
Yes, I was literally playing Garth Brooks today, actually,
Yeah,
practicing.
so-
Yeah.
I mean, it's his fiddle player was awesome.
Yeah.
And then I'm sitting there listening to y'all stuff, and I'm just like, holy shit.
It's a feature. Yeah. It's another like solo voice. That's how we describe it. You know, if you hear Camille live, which I highly recommend, you will understand why there's not really ever a competition. Like, her vocals are insane. She's the most naturally talented musician I've personally ever met, and I have played with some world-class musicians in my life. But that said,
Thank you.
vocally, I would never even try. I would never even consider myself a vocalist in the first place. But the best thing I can contribute is the fiddle playing, and at least it's something cool and unique that can complement what she's doing.
Right.
That's how I think about it.
We have a few songs that it's kind of like a duo between the vocals and the fiddle. You know, just and I still want to do a song where it's just us, where it's just like something cool. But we
should.
We'll work that in one day.
See, I was just sitting there thinking about, you know how some, like you'll have dual guitarists and how they'll like play off each other.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting there thinking that would be cool as hell if you was doing something vocally and then she was mimicking it on the fiddle.
Well, we actually have a couple, like in our new cover of Devil Went Down to Georgia, there's like I'll do some oohs and ahs while she's playing the solo to kind of complement it, and it's fun.
Yeah.
I wish in studio, of course, I stacked harmonies all over the place, so I can't do that live.
Yeah.
I haven't figured out how to do that live yet. Hopefully, I mean, if I can, some people can do that, though. Some people can sing two notes at the same time.
Yeah.
I haven't figured that out yet, but
I ain't never figured that out.
You
Or
would still do
vocal
the oohs
pedal.
and ahs. That.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some nice vocal pedals.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, loop it. You can loop it.
Yeah. That'll be one in our arena era.
Maybe
We'll wait
somebody
for that.
Maybe somebody can push those buttons
Yeah.
for me, because that would be a disaster.
I know. I'm
for
like,
me.
I like to keep it simple right now on stage.
Have you put any effects or anything like on the pedal board and done that with the fiddle?
No.
Because I've always been curious about that, because guitarists do it and they got all this stuff, and you can metal it, you can fuzz it, you can do this, and you can go back to the old school twang of country and all this, and I'm just like, I thought about that the other day, and I was like, I wonder if you could do that, because there's
With an
You can.
electric fiddle, maybe.
You can.
well, there's some ladies, I'm not mentioning names, but there's some ladies that they jam out every now and then in Vegas, and they've got like the electric fiddles and all this other stuff. And one of them was playing Eruption by Van Halen on it.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like blown away. Oh my God.
Oh, you can do anything on fiddle if you're plugged into a board. And I do have an effects board at home. I don't bring it to our shows. I just plug into a DI because, our music is more bluegrassy oriented. So that sound just doesn't really fit our vibe. But I have experimented a little bit with that in the past. When I used to play in a cover band, I would try out some different effects on the board. So it is cool. You can make the fiddle sound like almost anything if you want.
Right.
So maybe there will be a song
Maybe
and a
we'll
time
do a
where
rock show one day.
yeah. No, we'll bring the metal back to Nashville
There you go.
that you're talking about.
You
You
do
have
that.
to wear that makeup you were talking about if we do.
Yeah.
Still.
No, it was just eyeliner. That's all
That's
it was.
okay. That's fine.
You knew a lot about eyeliner application.
Well, this was late 80s. And my eyeliner of choice was the Maybelline Red Stick.
Oh.
And then you whittled it down, you took a lighter, and you dabbed it across the lighter to get it good and hot. And then you could just draw it on like ease. I mean, it was just amazing.
My mom still does that.
Yeah. There's a lot of women that still do that.
They take a lighter to it.
Yeah, you just heat it up.
It's how you make it like a liquid eyeliner.
Okay.
Instead of like irritating the heck out of your eyelid trying to put that on because it's like a pencil.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, but we
Yeah.
actually have liquid eyeliner you can buy now.
Yeah. My mom, she's old school. She doesn't want to deal with all that.
She knows what she's doing, so.
Yeah, I mean, if she's got it
works,
down, I get
don't
it.
fix it, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, back then, Maybelline was the shit. Okay. I mean, that's what you had.
I mean, Maybelline is definitely still
probably
a
have
valid.
a few Maybelline products.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure I have Maybelline somewhere in my makeup drawer.
Well, you know, it's just one of those things.
We just learned something new, though.
Yeah.
We gotta talk to Chelsea about that.
Yeah.
What was weird is I was helping out. Oh, God, there was 2 or 3 bands in Nashville back in that time. And I was just doing the light shows and stuff, which back then it was still all par 64s, par 64s and 56s. And you had the smoke machine and you had all this other stuff. And everything was hands-on control. You didn't have no computers, none of the LED stuff. And some of the crap I created back then was just insane.
Is that some of the stuff you wish was recorded? Because we were talking about
Yeah.
not having iPhones.
Well, I mean,
Do
you know,
that.
I wished some of that was actually recorded. If nothing else, just pictures of the different scenes that I created and stuff.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
But even when I was doing lights and sound, well, I was doing a lot of lights for. There was a place downtown called the Limelight. I was light director down there for 2 years. We had a buttload of people come through, and I was doing lights for all of them, you know, and I was doing it all by hand. And
Wow.
they made some videos down there, you know, like on the stage, concert type videos. And I can't find none of them.
Oh, that's such a bummer.
I know.
Yes, I think about that a lot actually now with our generation and younger. Like everything is documented. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, when my kid, whatever version of TikTok exists for my kids,
Yeah.
and they're going to post videos. Here's my mom from 2025. Like what videos are they going to share? You know,
yeah.
I think about that all the time. I'm like, oh God, there's so much embarrassing stuff for us. Our parents didn't have to deal with that as much.
Right.
See, and the weird part about it is, and this was what I hope never takes place, but there are a lot of up and coming artists. What did they do before they started getting popular?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's fixing to pop up, you know?
Oh yeah. That's always
Yeah.
scary too. Yeah.
Well, it's just like those 2 male artists that are like arguing and fighting over a chain link fence the other day. Oh. You know, and I'm just like, yeah, we didn't do that back then because there was no cameras, there was nothing. And if we got in an argument, we didn't care if the fence was there or not. Somebody's getting their ass whooped.
No, one of them hopped over the fence. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, that's right.
If you watch the video in full.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always a phone out recording everything now.
Yeah.
You can't even be a hooligan or anything.
You can't even get in somebody's face and mouth at them without 15 phones taping all of
I
it.
know.
Because everybody wants to be the next TikTok
Yeah.
money maker because they posted that video, you know,
Well,
which is weird because we're sitting here on a podcast talking about
Right.
this.
I mean, you got to do it, but
well, I was gonna say that's kind of the perfect segue into our feelings on TikTok and all of that because
we have an account, but it's just not right. It's just not.
it hasn't been active for years now because we kind of like our feelings on social media have been you know, it can serve a very important purpose.
Yes.
Absolutely. And especially if you're in the arts, it's necessary to a degree. But we were just getting so frustrated with, first of all, the levels of toxicity and negativity just flung at you 24/7.
It's just like waiting and lurking, you know, there's always going to be something.
Well, and that too. And then for us, it was the content creation aspect where we actually have in our Instagram bio now, musicians, not content creators, because we kind of reached this point where we were like, but this is what we are primarily. We are songwriters, we are singers, we are musicians, we're players. So like we want to actually do the music. And the problem with TikTok and making it a full-time job and making content creation a full-time job was that took away so much from all of the actual musicianship. And it also sucked the life out of us and everything we enjoyed about what we do.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not saying that that's the case for everyone. There are artists and musicians who have done amazing things on TikTok, and it was a great fit for them. But for us also, and just our personalities, like it wasn't a good fit. And it was so exhausting trying to fit, you know, a square into a triangle. And for like a year and a half, we focused on it like a full-time job. We were like, let's just do our own little case study here and focus full-time on this for like a year, see how it does. If this makes a big enough impact on our careers, there's enough of an ROI for this to be worth it to us to continue, we'll reevaluate then. And a year and a half later, I mean, we had 30,000 followers. We had many viral videos, but we saw very little
engagement with our music,
engagement with the actual music and changes in our actual fan base.
Yeah.
And not to mention, like, so many of the videos that went viral didn't even have anything to do with our music. And so we're just like, you know,
see, that's what's weird.
This is not it for us.
And I feel like that's the way it goes for, I mean, you see so many posts like artists like, hey, I have a song out. Does anyone care? You know, and they have 1 million followers on platforms, and they're like, anything about my music gets the least engagement of all my posts. So what's happening? Like, what's the point?
Yeah. You know, you sit there and talk about something that happened in your life, 1 million streams. You put a music song out there and you're like, 150
views.
Oh, 150,000? No, 150. What the hell?
Yeah.
And I think, and a lot of times, you know, and sometimes the platforms even work against you on that. Like all of the algorithms and things are not putting your stuff, like the stuff that you're focusing out there is not circulating like a picture of you in a bikini. You know, that's you know.
Well, because they are a business.
Right.
And their business is to generate as many views and as much engagement as possible. So if they know that this video about your abusive ex is going to carry much more engagement than this video about some new original song that you wrote, obviously they're going to go with the abusive ex video.
Oh yeah.
And that's what happens time and time again. And it almost gets to this point where you're like, well, I can't blame you. You're a business. You're doing what's best for your business, but this is not what's best for me and my business. So let's figure out what we want to do with our business.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, really, you've got to stand back and you've got to look at, okay, we're good here. We're good here. But which one is more creatively satisfying? Which one is actually warms my heart and I sleep good at night?
Right.
Exactly. Those were the big questions it all came down to. Yeah. And the other thing too is also just the negative energy side of social media, which I am really not a fan of. Like, man, this word has gotten so overused in the past few years. So no, I'm not going to go. I'm just talking about empathy. Like I am a person who like really pays attention to people's energy and feelings. Like, you know what I'm talking about? And like, it matters to me a lot how other people feel. Yeah. And so when you're getting 100 troll comments on a viral video, it is physically and mentally impossible for me, being who I am, to just shut that out and compartmentalize it. It's
Yeah.
gonna ruin my day. No years of experience are gonna change that. It's just gonna ruin my day because I don't like that negative energy in my space. I don't want it there. And so, yeah, we got to that point too where I was like, Millie, I can't do this.
So I'm not saying your age because I don't know your age, but
I'm 35.
yeah. So you're in a different thing where I was raised. My big thing, the way I was raised was, is it broke? Is it bleeding? Get the hell over it and get going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't need to tell everybody your feelings today.
And we're both kind of in between all of that. Like social media for me, like I'm 41, and so yeah, social media is cool, but
I can do without it.
I grew up most of my life up until I was 21 or 22, before I even. And I avoided social media as long as I possibly could until I got full time into the music business. I'm like, well, I guess this is probably advantageous for me to have it in some form or fashion. But I cannot imagine growing up with social media from the time you're born. I feel so bad for these kids sometimes, but just because they can't get away from anything.
But because of it, they don't really care if they get away from it or not.
Yeah, I mean, they can't get away from it. It's just, I don't know.
If for some reason the internet's not working,
Oh, yeah.
people lose their freaking minds over it.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I'm like, light a candle.
Well, this is the cool thing. There definitely is a movement I've seen like within Gen Z that is very much aware that like we need to take a step back. Like, the phrase touch grass that goes around a lot. Like there is a movement supporting like getting off the screens, getting off socials, going out in nature, walking barefoot in the grass, like reconnecting to the earth. And that's really cool to see. I'm so thankful that that's happening because it does get you worried sometimes about, like our kids and that next generation. What is it going to be like? But it kind of gives me hope that, okay, we're still human and we're still, we're picking up on something that's gone too far and reining it in.
Yeah.
So I'm fingers crossed that continues and hopefully we find like a better balance going forward because it has gotten very out of hand for some time.
My opinion on all of it. And you got to remember, because y'all don't know, I'll tell you. I was an only child. And there's not but one thing that can get you better connected with Earth and ground you than finding the biggest freaking mud hole in the world and thinking of 15 to 20 different ways you can go through it, play in it, and puddle it all up. And when you're standing at the front door and the only thing people can see is your eyes, yeah.
You did it right. That's some serious grounding.
That is getting grounded with Mother Nature right there.
Okay.
Yes. Agreed.
My son would absolutely love that.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, Dad was real big about, I helped out his friends on farms and stuff. So we were always out working on the farms and doing stuff. The great part about it was we would go out there and do the chores and get the chores done. And then you had 100, 200 acres and a dirt bike.
Yeah.
And you got out there and you had fun. Nowadays, it's hard to get any kid to get on a dirt bike.
Yeah. Where'd you grow up? Did we talk about this?
I was born and raised in Nashville.
Okay, so you are
Oh my gosh.
actual.
When there were more farms around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
You are local. Okay, that's cool.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
My best friend from high school. Well, actually it goes way back. First grade. I'm still friends. I got two friends that I knew from first grade. Still love them to death.
It's amazing.
One's got a farm. There's 100 acres. and the other one lives here in Hendersonville. And his grandfather cut all these damn roads and all these subdivisions.
That's cool.
In Hendersonville.
I believe that. Yeah, that's awesome.
That's some stories.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, my husband grew up dirt biking on a farm, so that's his dream for our kids at some point. We'll see if it gets there.
Yeah, my family. Actually, I have a tattoo of the farm.
Yeah.
That I was brought home to this house when I was a baby. I'm not a dirt biker because, well, I'm probably one of the more uncoordinated people you ever meet. So I was I was just kind of a little dainty little girl with my Barbie dolls and instruments and stuff. But I'm definitely familiar with the dirt bikes.
I can tell you what to do to help you out. Find somebody that's got a 4-wheeler or a side-by-side. Get a ski rope. Have the ski rope attached to a recliner.
Oh my God.
Obviously.
And just
I was
have
thinking
them.
maybe a mattress is what I was
You
thinking.
could do
or
a mattress. You
is
could
what
do
was
that.
in my head.
You could take, one of the water float things that they
Yeah.
pull around. You put it out in the farm.
A recliner.
You can have fun.
Yeah.
That's the
Sounds
problem
great.
with a lot of people today. Their imagination only goes 2 or 3 steps.
Yeah.
I feel like Jake should be on this podcast.
Oh my goodness.
This just reminded we keep going back to Jake today, but you just made me think of our friend who has these massive bonfires at his cabin, and he
Oh,
throws
God, yes.
vacuums.
Out in
he throws
Jolton.
like
He's
random
like,
stuff.
come on out to the cabin. We'll shoot some stuff. It's just like he's,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's thrown recliners into the fire pit.
And he's like, don't throw away that appliance.
Yeah,
we can
We'll burn it.
we'll burn it, or we'll
Yeah.
throw something at it, or we'll.
He did a vacuum in there the last time I remember. Anyways, I just feel like you think alike.
Yeah.
He's from North Carolina originally, so it's very.
The great part about it is you can go to Walmart, get one of them big water guns,
Yeah. Where's this going?
fill it up with kerosene.
Oh no!
And
I was like, where is it going?
When the fire starts blowing down a little bit, fire that sucker
Oh
up.
my gosh! Wow. Okay. Well,
We're bringing that to the next bonfire
Yeah.
for sure.
definitely.
Jake will be like,
Who
you talked to a local, didn't you?
But my dad taught me how to make stuff with gasoline and palm olive dish soap. And pour around, and you could do all kinds of stuff with it. He loved putting it in a Coke bottle, and he put about maybe 1 inch or 2 inch in a Coke bottle, and he would throw it in the fire, and then give it just a minute, and then the only thing you would hear is poof, and you'd see the fire erupt and everything else, and it was just like
How many times did you burn your eyebrows off?
None.
Ever?
None.
Oh wow, that's
He goes,
that's an
"Never."
accomplishment.
Yeah, you have good eyebrows too. So
yeah, and they're shaved down routinely every week.
Okay, good.
all right, so yeah, you suffered no damage. It sounds like.
Not that I know of, but I can tell you, I had a shitload of fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sounds like it.
that does sound like a fun childhood.
Because that was the one thing. I'm a Gen Xer.
Yeah,
And Mom loved her soap operas.
that's sweet.
And the last thing she wanted when she was watching a soap opera was me in the house. So during the summer, there's a front door after breakfast. See you.
Okay.
Love it.
Everybody else says you got to have your butt home by, when the street lights come on and all that stuff. As long as I was home at dinner time, then I could go right back out.
Just had to check in.
That's nice.
Just had to check in. She made sure I was fed, and then I was right back out the front door. When the news came on at 10 o'clock, that's when my butt better be in the house.
Okay.
Oh, you had to watch the news together. So,
No,
It's just like-
that's when I was,
This is curfew.
oh, bedtime.
it's
Make sure
bedtime.
he's alive
Curfew.
by 10.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, didn't they used to say on the news, do you know where your kids are? Or something like on the 10 o'clock news, do you know where your kids are? Or something like that.
Oh,
I think they used
It
to
was-
come on and say that. Like, do you know where your kids
There used
Am
to
I
be.
crazy?
No,
So
you're not
Beacons.
crazy. That actually came on.
Okay.
Because we didn't have 563 channels.
Yeah.
We had, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4 channels. Channel 2, Channel 4, Channel 5, and Channel 17.
Yeah, I just had one channel in
Yeah.
Kentucky for
See?
most of my childhood.
And then Channel 2, Channel 4, Channel 5, all of them would be like, do you know where your children are tonight? You know?
that is hilarious.
You've never
I've
heard of
never heard of that.
I remember that, which I got a few years on you, and I lived out in the middle of nowhere, so yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And
no.
then at midnight,
Yeah.
you had the end of the night thing that come across the TV, and it was basically
Checking again.
no, it was just we have ended our transmissions for the night, you know, and you would get that one little logo that was on there, and that was all it was till 5:30, 6
Yeah.
o'clock next morning.
Yeah. We didn't, well, my parents, we didn't have cable. We didn't have TV. They were very strict about it. It was just I'm from New Jersey, so it wasn't like a country thing. It was, it was just a parenting decision. We could watch movies.
Yeah.
Very select movies, but they were just strict about TV. And now I'm like a huge streaming binger. So I'm like, jokes on you guys. I definitely made up for lost time.
Yeah, I
Like
did not learn anything from that.
Yeah. I'm like, I spend so much time streaming. It's just, that's how I relax now. Just making up for my childhood.
Well, I mean, honestly, I won't get cable. I'll get internet, and that's what I do. I'll stream a movie, or I'll stream, I could sit there and I could watch these episodes,
Yeah.
but I hate commercials.
I can honestly tell you, I've never had cable in my life. I don't even know how it works.
Well, we
I
got
just
like
missed
DirecTV
that
when I was
whole-
in the 7th grade, and I thought that was
Yeah.
the coolest thing. But
Yeah.
that was just the time.
And the MTV era, like you were talking about earlier, nope, missed it.
I never
was not a part of it.
I liked CMT. I liked country music videos when I was a kid because they told a story.
Yeah.
Like Travis Tritt, tell me I was dreaming. Everybody's like dying in the war, and I'm like, oh
God.
But
Yeah.
And everybody's crying.
yeah, oh my gosh, his music videos, Travis Tritt, if you're listening, man, you could do a music video. It was like a sequence, like the same person, it was like a story.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
It was like, okay, you're done with chapter 1, you're on to chapter 2.
gosh.
And it was all in a row,
I mean,
man.
they,
It just
they
looked
broke
awesome.
my core. They broke my core when I was like 12, Anyway, but I don't really like music videos because I don't like to be told what a song is. Like I
Yeah.
want to imagine myself where it takes me.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
those were good, because it was pretty straightforward. But
That's actually an interesting point, though, because music videos are not as popular anymore,
no.
especially in Nashville for like independent artists.
But I love music videos are fun to do.
They're super
but
fun.
they're not as prominent anymore.
Yeah. And maybe like, I'm curious if that's one of the reasons, because I kind of agree as a viewer. Sometimes I feel like the song is ruined for me a little bit.
Yeah.
If the interpretation, the music video is different than mine, I'm like, ooh, no. That's not how it's supposed to be.
Well, see, that was the big thing because music videos, because I was around when MTV first hit the airwaves. The very first music video ever played was Video Killed the Radio Star.
Oh, yeah.
And if you've ever seen that video, it has nothing to do with the freaking song.
Right.
But there was a big fad where you could have this great song and everybody's dying for this music video and everybody's already got in their head what it's going to be and it'd be nothing to do with the damn song at all.
Right.
Yeah. That always annoyed me.
Well, the ones we did a few like we did a few music videos, but it was just like us singing. It
was
wasn't
like
there
performance
was no
videos.
acting to it. And I mean, I've done some where there was like act because I'm a theater geek, but
But you're an actual good actor though. That's the thing that cringes me out so much too. Like that like decade of country music when like everyone was releasing music videos all the time and the artists were like acting in their video and it was so bad.
yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to watch this anymore.
But yeah, it's just not, and it's so expensive.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's just like if you can, and especially as an indie artist, if you're like on a budget, which most of us are, it's like what do we need and have to do? What's the best thing to do, and what can we kind of like cut out here for a little while? Or
And this is where I help everybody. So everybody, write this down because this is going to blow your mind.
Ready.
Don't talk to people that say that they can do your music video for you. Go look up and contact an independent movie maker because he has more damn equipment and he has the knowledge
right.
and he knows how to do it. And
Yeah.
and it's not going to cost you $10,000.
I know. Yeah, that is one of those good pro tips for new artists.
Yes.
Yeah, you can get really screwed. That is an area where you can just get.
Oh, yeah.
See, that's my big thing because I was in that era when I saw the clubs not paying these artists nothing. I've seen a club owner grab the tip jar at the end of the night and empty it out. And only and only give a percentage to the artist.
Millie.
Angry Millie.
I've seen how bad artists and people get treated.
Oh yeah.
And if you think that's bad, you're not even touching on the other side of it, the people in the production booth,
Oh yeah,
the sound people, the light people.
ridiculous.
The reason the sound and the light people are trying to ask the artists that are on stage for a little bit of help is because they ain't getting nothing.
Right.
It's infuriating.
Even the shows that we've had recently, like part of our job is to pay production. You know, when it really shouldn't be that way, but but we gotta have it, and they're amazing. So
The bad part about it is
yeah,
the club doesn't even own any of the daggum gear.
Yeah.
most of the time, yeah.
Yeah, they rarely provide anything.
Yeah. But they'll be real quick to cash that check on that beer that somebody just bought for $9.
Right. Oh yeah, this could be a whole like freaking podcast conversation.
Yeah.
But that's why I started this, because I was treated the same way that a lot of artists was treated. And I don't charge nobody shit. I'm not going to, because I want to give as much help as I can.
Yeah.
Artists deserve it, because I'm one of those guys. I believe even if you got screwed over and you went back home and all your songs are in that milk crate in the back of your closet, I still believe those songs need to be heard, because you never know what just one song will do for a person.
For one person, yeah. That is so true. And we all, and we appreciate that, because everywhere you turn, somebody's trying to take your money.
Oh, yes. I can make you a star, baby.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's also, yeah, speaking of red flags and scams, we talk about that all the
Yeah,
time.
we-
That's another one.
A lot of our episodes that we do have on our podcast are about things like this. Like we'll take a topic and we'll
Oh, cool.
We'll
So
talk
we're
about-
we're partners in crime
yeah.
then.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, basically anyone who promises you anything or says anyone who's like soliciting you is probably a scam artist. And that's the thing, is like there's such a gray area with that in this town, because there are people who, to get to that level or to have enough money to have a business to
Right.
scam you, they had to have had some degree of success or do some work at some time that was actually real. But, I don't know what happens, man. They get to a point where they just decide it's easier to get the money and not do the work.
Yeah.
And
That's because
it's hard. If you establish something, then you have to continue to build it and make it more successful and work harder.
Yeah.
So these people, I guess, decide they don't want to work harder. They just want to scam all the new artists coming into town. So they just take that initial money and then screw them over and then just get more people.
Yeah, because, new artists and everything, they've got a dream and they want their music heard. And some artists want it heard so bad because half of their families already told them, you're going to be a star one day. And they get to town and they're not focusing and they're not looking. They just know somebody said, they're going to make me a star, Daddy. Oh, my God.
yeah.
Here's $5,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually I think you just nailed the main issue is like, it turns out in this industry, no one actually knows what they're doing. There's no one formula that makes you famous. If that existed, it would be a lot easier. More people would do it. So the reality is there's this weird, fluid, ever-changing industry that you have to just throw yourself into and figure out on your own the hard way. You can't pay someone to shortcut your way there.
Yeah.
That's 100% of the time going to be a scam if somebody says they can shortcut you. And that's the problem is like, we, you just have to decide what are our priorities? What do we do best? And what do we actually enjoy doing? And as long as we stick to those things, something's going to pan out at some point, or maybe we get to a point where we decide this is not worth it. We don't want to do it anymore. And that's our choice. But I just can't believe like how many people I've spoken to who have been in the industry for years, who are like true professionals. They have had high profile, very respectable positions in the music industry. And they will say, I don't know. Who's your distributor? Okay. Yeah. No, we had the same issue with, the algorithm and getting playlisted. I don't really know if we got playlisted because of our distributor or because of our relationship with Spotify. Like nobody knows. It's changing all the time.
Oh yeah.
So even the professionals don't know.
Actually, the name of our podcast is Why Aren't You Famous Yet? Or Why Aren't You Famous Yet?
Yeah. Why aren't you famous yet?
Because people ask you that all the time. If you're good at what you do, and you put on a good show, they're like, man, why aren't you famous? And you're just like, you want to punch them right in the face. It's like, well, I don't know, really.
I've got the answer.
Well,
Are you getting vibrations from your phone?
Oh.
probably my husband. He doesn't understand to not call me.
Maybe he loves you and wants to talk to you.
He does love me and want to talk to me, but he just
So,
he likes to call too much.
to answer your question, and this is what I've told everybody. If you got $1 million in your back pocket, I can use every bit of that $1 million and take you as high as I want to take you. But when the money runs out,
Yeah.
then you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you've had a lot of artists come in, they get a number one, and they go up for so long, and then where is so-and-so?
Yeah.
Where did they go?
That's actually a really important point that I feel like it's important to relay to people asking that question, because I've heard so many people say, oh, well, it's just a money thing. If I had more money, if I had rich parents sponsoring me, then, I'd be famous faster too, just like so-and-so. And I completely disagree with that. Of course, money
I think to a
really
certain
helps
extent,
a lot.
It helps get you there, but it doesn't help you stay there.
Money helps a lot with a lot of things, but to be clear, I still personally believe like the way that the world works now and with social media, if you are genuinely more talented than the person next to you with more money, you're more original, you're doing the right marketing, you're doing the right live shows, the right tours, you're gaining the right audience, you're still going to be more successful. No amount of money can buy you fame if you're not as good.
That's right.
You know, like that just annoys me when people say, oh, like, oh, it's just a money thing. It's really not. Money can always help. But,
You know, the one thing that's irritating the crap out of me right now,
what's that?
you're going to laugh because you've seen it, and I know you've seen it. Talent. A lot of people got it. A lot of people are using it, and a lot of people are moving ahead. But then you got people can't write, can't sing. You wonder why in the hell they're even doing this. And then they're hitting award shows, and they're hitting here, and they're doing this, and they're getting, how in the heck did you get number 5 on this radio station? Oh, wait a minute. That's an internet radio station. How are you doing all of this? You'd be amazed. It don't take much money.
Oh, yeah. We've seen it.
And they can be, you wouldn't know who there was if you passed them in Walmart.
Yeah.
If you heard their song, you would know who they are.
Probably skipped it because it was horrible.
Yeah.
But then they're on social media posting about it like
How
they're
great.
super famous.
We have a few of those that we like to
that we've known
Yes.
in our lifetime.
What I love is when you see artists. You remember in the day, if you was an artist, people would come up and they would want to take a picture with you. But now you have these quasi artists running up to bigger artists, wanting a picture with them. And then you go to their social media and ran into my great buddy and blah, blah, blah. And we're going to hang out. And,
Right.
Yep.
and
I actually, and I'm not going to say who it was because that would be really mean, but
I already know the story.
But I was at like a brunch. It was like a bottomless mimosa brunch,
ooh,
and I was out with who I don't think it was I think it was before my husband came around, but I was out with a date, and I saw this up and coming artist that's pretty popular now, but she was up and coming, and she was kind of like flaunting around, you know, trying to get people to look at her, and no one knew who she was. And so she like somehow she told the people next to her at the table who she was, or somehow, and then they're like, can I take a picture with you, after she told them who she was and that she was like, she had this song out.
right.
And then I looked at her social media later and she's like, I'm just out with all my fans. And it was like, she was like literally like frolicking around the restaurant trying to get attention. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I could never do that.
Yeah.
Ever.
But see, this is something Hollywood and the movies of the 60s and 70s and 80s have taught all these people. With social media and the pictures and the videos you can do, you can be anybody you want to be.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah, for
breaks
sure.
my heart. That breaks
Yeah.
my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are a lot, to your point, there are a lot of those kind of like fake award shows too that exist now in the industry that they're put together, you know, they're like freelance organizations put together essentially by like groups of volunteers and supporters, which is great.
Which is great,
Have
yeah.
fun by all means if that's what you want to do. But it's a little weird when, artists start like hitting the circuit of all of them.
Yeah.
And then promoting it like it's the CMAs. And I don't know. At the end of the day, it's like, well, if that's how you want to live your life, I'm not going to go have fun. But to me, it feels like a waste of time. I would not want to waste my time trying to appear famous, but not be.
Because there's just so much work.
It's a lot of work. I'm like, I'd rather put work into the stuff I actually care about. And then if I
Right.
get there, cool.
Great,
but if not, I still have no regrets
Right.
of how I spent my time.
And now, only thing we need is somebody to write a song about all this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah. We can do that.
I mean, we're up for a writing sesh soon, so we'll see what.
Yeah.
There you go.
Floating some ideas. We'll add it to the list.
Okay, we got to get back to y'all. We've been running down this little rabbit trail here. You
It's
know.
easy to do.
It's all my favorite topics.
We like to talk about this stuff. So
Oh, it's funny as all get out. That's I knew y'all knew what I was talking about.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
see it in our.
We talk
faces.
about that all the time.
Yeah.
Well, and another thing, this is the last thing I'll say, like billboards, it's another one where artists will buy billboard advertising space.
Oh my god!
And then they'll take pictures with it and be like, whoa, like I've got a billboard, da da da. When the reality is you paid for that out of pocket with your own money. Again, no shame in that if that's how you want to spend your money. But
Act like you were rewarded it.
right, like you weren't, your label did not.
Oh my God, I can't believe it.
Right.
famous.
Right. It's, well,
See,
don't know.
I did my podcast on the billboard. The Nashville sign is what everybody calls it.
Yeah.
And I always did it right before CMA Fest.
so smart. That's the time.
But when we did a little commercial down there, and only thing I said was, see the sign. I mean, hell, I paid for the damn thing. I know how much it cost.
Yep. Yeah. Well, and see, there's no shame in that.
Right.
But don't pretend that it's something that it's not. I think that's where it's annoying when artists, they'll pretend it was something that they like just happened upon. It came from the stars, or they were awarded it through, Spotify featured me on this billboard. Like, no, you paid for it to advertise your business, which is
great.
fine.
This is fine, but like,
no shame in that, but like, call a spade so people know what they're looking at.
Exactly. And that's what it,
You're thinking of some other stories.
oh yeah. I just I'm gonna have to come on y'all's podcast.
Yeah.
That's
great.
what I
We would
said
love that.
earlier.
We
I
would love
said do a
that.
podcast collab. That'd be
Yeah.
fun.
I know, right?
That'd be fun.
So y'all been on mine when y'all get y'all's kicked back off.
Yeah.
I know. Maybe this is our sign. It's time to get back on the wagon.
You need to. I mean, it's a lot of work. I know it is, but I see where y'all could do a lot like what I'm trying to do, and that's help people out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to me, helping people out means a lot more than anything else to me.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is more of an educational thing because it's for artists, but it's also for general audiences and anyone who is a fan of music, because I think it's important to understand like who's behind this source of entertainment that you rely on so much, and how are they being taken care of?
Exactly.
Because like you're benefiting a lot from this product that's being created by people who are
Right.
constantly undervalued. And anyways, there've got to be better solutions.
And how dare you worship somebody that is an asshole?
That too.
It's too bad that you can't. There's not like some kind of warning label of all the assholes out there that people think are great.
Warning, all songs were written and produced by asshole number.
Yeah. Yeah.
You would think.
Oh man. Yeah, that would be kind of a funny like podcast topic though. To like somehow go through every single famous artist with like a reliable source as your guest, like confirming or denying, like, are they an asshole? And then like at the end of the podcast, it's like asshole. Like there's like a verdict of like,
So, need to do shows, and the guests all need to be roadies.
oh
Roadies know a lot.
yeah, that actually is a really, Plus they'd be hilarious and have so many stories.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, the roadies actually came out and was telling about the Van Halen tour and everything, because they were running slow at setup and teardown on every Van Halen show. And David Lee Roth was the one that started that system. They gave tickets to the roadies, and the roadies wrote their names on it. And the roadies would send the girls to David Lee Roth.
Ew.
Tear down.
Gross.
This was in the 80s, honey.
Oh my God.
But because the roadies could take the ones that were rejected,
Oh my God.
Okay. So we've got a brothel going
basically,
on the road.
but the teardown was cut in half
Oh,
because they worked harder to reap the benefits.
Wait, what do you mean the teardown was cut in half?
they're gonna get some.
The stage
action.
set up and tear down. Because before every concert, you got the stage set up. Yeah. That's everything. The sound, the whole stage, everything. And then you've got, after the show, you've got the tear down. When people are usually on the buses going to the next town, you still got all the roadies and everything else there tearing down that stage, stowing away the sound, the lights, all the gear.
Right.
So it used to take 8 to 9 hours.
Yeah.
When David Lee Roth started all that stuff in the 80s, I have to keep replying the 80s.
Yeah.
It cut teardown to 4 hours because the quicker they got it done, the quicker they could play.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm disgusted. But
Well, but also I have questions. Like, aren't they supposed to be on buses too for the next town, or are these just local, like crew one?
Well,
or
they're supposed
something?
to, but there's an allotted time that they all have.
Okay.
Interesting.
It was weird.
yeah.
Really weird.
I can't believe y'all didn't know this.
No,
That is something new.
No.
Not surprised, but it is.
What if you're
new.
one of the girls that they rejected and you end up in the hotel room with Bubba,
With Bubba.
thinking you're gonna be like with this, the hot guitar player, and you're like, oh,
Oh no.
it's the janitor.
He might have been a hot janitor.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
The roadies could be hot. We
They
don't.
could be.
We don't know.
They could have been. They're not, but they could have been.
There's got to be some out there.
But
Yeah.
again, this was in the 80s.
Yeah, that's wild.
It was crazy. I mean,
No surprise, but yeah.
things have changed.
Yeah, TikTok would have done a number on that one.
That's why I told you I was so glad that back during that time, there wasn't TikTok and Instagram and all that other stuff, because a lot of people couldn't got by with the crap that they got by with.
Definitely not. Yeah, I can attest to
It was-
that.
Insanity pursues everybody. What are you doing? Looking for the whiteout? I mean, the whiteboard?
Oh, time.
Looking for the marker so I can write the time.
Oh,
Yeah, Caitlin's doing the time thing.
oh,
She's having all kinds of fun over there.
I can't find the marker.
I figured.
I don't know where the marker is.
Okay, well, it's 6:25. You can edit that out later.
Okay.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah, like I'm going to. But anyway. Okay, we got to get back to y'all.
What do you want to know?
Mountains are calling.
Oh,
That is your newest release, if I'm correct.
that is, yes.
yes.
Now, here's the question that I asked a lot of people at CMA Fest.
Okay.
Since we've covered a lot of the internet stuff and everything else, when y'all release a song, do you babysit it? Do you have somebody watch it? Or do you even curiosity killed the cat, checking it out to see what the numbers are doing on it?
Is this post release? Like,
Yeah, is pre-post? Yeah, post.
so post release, like within that first 24 hours, or are we talking?
No, it all depends. Because me, when I release a podcast, maybe 24 hours go by, and then I'll look and see what it did. And then a week will go by, and I'll look and see what it did.
I mean, I pretty obsessively micromanage the numbers, and
me not so much. Me not so much, but she, yeah. But we also like, we want to see if it hit any playlist, and that's always like right on release, like
the instant.
Yeah.
You'll know if depending, you know, where it's been like picked up and stuff, and you don't know that until like midnight on whatever date.
Yeah.
And so we definitely keep our eyes open for that.
Yeah. Where it's playlisted is always my number one most important milestone with a release. But the thing is with most of, well, at least with Spotify for artists, you know, their data takes a while to load anyways. It takes at least like 24 hours to give you any accurate data post-release anyways. So it doesn't matter to me. I still look at it like 5 times and I still see the same words pop up on the screen that your data's loading.
Yeah.
But then I check the next day and the next day and the next day.
Yep.
Yeah, because I remember when I first started podcasting, I was like, I would release a show and I'd be like glued watching it. And every time somebody would click on it, I'd be like, oh, you know,
Yeah.
hey, I'm up to 5 now.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. Oh, totally. Yeah, I like to micromanage that stuff. There's other things that I don't worry about or care about. Like if we post anything social media related, I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
But that's where that's what we prioritize though. We prioritize streaming and our live stuff. So those are the areas that I feel like I sort of obsessively watch and pay attention to. And I'm always trying to like perfect. If that answers the question.
Well, I can, yeah, it kind of answers the question, but I can tell you right now, I don't believe in this fabled line of hitting those numbers and going viral and all this other stuff. I just don't think it's out there.
Wait, I'm interested in this. Do you mean
The algorithm.
on streaming mostly?
On anything.
Yeah.
I don't believe there is an actual algorithm.
That makes a song viral after release.
Right.
Yeah.
Or makes like a podcast, a certain show. Wow. It got 500 views. It got 5,000 views. It got, I don't believe in that algorithm. I don't believe in it.
Yeah.
What I do believe in is there was plenty of people at that given time that were interested in your stuff and they believed in your talent or they liked your talent and they viewed it and they called a lot of their friends, dude, y'all got to check this out, man. Because back in the day, you didn't have all the social stuff. You didn't have all this crap. And the only way bands were getting booked at other towns was word of mouth.
Right. Yeah. I definitely get where you're coming from because like the only time I've ever actively seen something viral happening in real time is on TikTok with videos we've had that have gone viral. And that's more of an instant gratification thing. That's very different too than what you're saying with a song being released. But I hear what you're saying. I think there's a big part of me that still has that question mark too. Like, does this actually happen? Or are there way more factors at play that have to exist to make it happen? Because, I don't know. I kind of agree that I think there have to be a lot of things happening at once that make that moment really lucky.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not just luck. Obviously, the product itself has to be good. The song has to be catchy. People have to like it.
Yeah.
But I agree. I think there's a lot of music out. There's a lot of songs that fit that profile that aren't going viral.
Yeah.
So the question is like, what are they missing? You know, are they missing like the backing of a label? Are they missing very specific editorial placement right on that day at the right time with the right people hearing it to share it with their friends? Yeah, I think there is a lot more to it, because I think we've had songs absolutely good enough and relatable enough to have that opportunity, but we haven't had anything, you know, like hit streaming platforms and then immediately take off in that way.
Right.
And I'm like, does that, maybe at one point it did happen. It was possible too, but you know, the industry is ever changing. So I don't know.
It's like you're floating on the ocean.
Yeah,
It really is.
it really is. Nobody knows.
And, you know, that's one thing I liked about Camille. You've got a unique voice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Voice.
I'm not saying I'm not saying who I seen do this, but there was 2 female artists, and they actually got in an argument on a live stream or something about who got told they sounded like another artist that was a very famous artist. And I'm just like, if I was an artist, I wouldn't want to sound like any damn body else but me.
Right.
Because there's 500,000 people out there that sound like that artist.
Right.
But they ain't but one me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you're lucky, because there's only one you.
Oh, well, thank you. I mean, I've done a lot of work, like demo work, where I've had to sound like someone, and I can manipulate my voice to sound like other people, but that's not my goal.
Yeah.
You know, I definitely want for someone to hear my voice and know it's you know, us. And
Well, that's the thing when you're riding around in your car and you hear a song come on and you know the artist within the first 3 words that they sang. Mm-hmm. You know who the hell it is.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's Dolly. Go girl.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, you just know.
Yeah.
But when you're sitting there listening to the radio and you're looking at all your friends that are in the car going, who the hell is that?
Yeah.
And nobody knows.
yeah.
It is a good point. I feel like that's obviously, I wouldn't like name names either. And it's a little more vague than that anyways, but I feel like there are a lot of artists today and always that are even up and coming right now in the country music scene that to me, they all kind of sound alike. Mm-hmm. Specific groups that I'm thinking of, and both male and female, you know?
Yeah.
Where I'm like, their voices all kind of sound the same. And I'm a big, like Camille was saying, I'm a big like market researcher on streaming platforms. I like to listen to everybody else that got on the editorial playlist that we did, and who else is out there, you know, also just as a fan, like looking for music that I like. And I've become very familiar with certain artists that kind of all sound the same. And there have been so many moments where I'm listening and I'm like, oh, this is obviously so-and-so. I haven't heard this song. And then I look at it and it's somebody else.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why are their voices the same? Camille's one of a kind.
Well, it would bother me, I think, if there was somebody out there that sounded like me.
How can you market
Yeah.
15 people that sound alike?
Well, you can't. You know, and that's why artists get shelved at labels, because, you know, they don't want them competing with their main artist that already sounds like this. So you want to bring something different to the table and unique. Otherwise, you are either going to get ignored or you're going to get like screwed over.
Big time.
Yeah.
Because I know that does happen.
Yeah.
People don't think it does,
Yeah.
but it does
Oh,
happen.
it happens all the time. Yeah. All the time.
But there's some artists out there, especially young artists starting out, they don't think that happens.
No, they'll sign anything.
Yeah.
We've seen that happen too. They'll sign things that will
Ruin everything.
ruin their
Well,
entire careers. Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing like that good old.
Yeah. Did you just, were you thinking of something else again, or did you just lose your train of thought?
No, I was thinking of the record deals and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And then it hit me, the breakdown,
Yeah.
60-40, 70-30.
Oh yeah.
I even know of one that got signed that was 80-20.
Oh God.
Yeah.
And I was
that's
like-
just insane.
Yeah.
But the person that signed it, ear to ear,
Oh,
biggest
just
smile.
just so, because I'm a record label artist.
I'm on a label now. And I'm like, you broke now.
Yeah. You're broke and you're owned.
Yes, and you'll never be able to pay them back. Mm-hmm. Ever.
So go ahead and I'll see you at McDonald's next week.
Yep.
Well, yeah, and then and the next 5 years, you won't be able to do anything with your career to progress it.
No.
And neither are they, because they weren't planning to in the first place, unfortunately.
And neither is their masters.
Yeah,
That's the big thing.
yeah, it's so frustrating. I mean,
That's why I tell everybody, you don't need a record label.
no,
What you need is some really good friends.
and a good
And
manager.
if they don't know what they're doing, then by God, they'll listen to you and they can learn.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can get a real good group of friends and you get things going the right way and you find a manager that's not going to make you a star in a week,
Exactly.
$5,000.
Yeah,
If you can get all this going
yeah,
and just pay attention, don't hurt nobody, have fun
100%.
and love what you're doing.
Yeah, that is the formula. That's the best way to go.
Yeah. And you can help so many people, and so many people will love your music. And then you add like, share, follow, subscribe, and then you'll start getting booked this town, that town. Next thing you know, you're putting a tour together. And do not knock that little white van, because that little white van will stay with you no matter what.
Yeah,
And you will have fun. Because I've seen more people have more fun in a white van that seats 16 than I've seen people have fun on a tour bus.
oh yeah. Those are the
The days.
days in the trenches. 100%.
Yep.
Nothing but fun.
Yeah, that's the way to go, though. Luckily, we have the opportunity to do that now with the way the industry's currently panned out. But I wouldn't recommend otherwise. Knowing what we know now.
Yeah. Because it's crazy. All kinds of stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy out there. It is truly the Wild West.
Dun, 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 dun. So when are y'all going to drop Playing with Fire?
Oh, October
Yeah,
3rd.
October 3rd soon.
See, I already knew that, but I had to ask you.
Yeah, well, we actually just decided on it like this past week, so it's new information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
2 weeks.
We're excited.
Are you jazzed?
We are. Well, it's actually our friend Jake that was in our original. He's actually who introduced us, which is kind of special, actually.
I know. And he's come up multiple times.
Yeah,
so.
and he's just you would love him. He's the greatest guy ever. But he is singing the male part of the. He's being featured, so it's a female male duo, and he sings the second verse and does some great harmonies throughout the rest of the song. But it sounds so good. We kind of discussed if we wanted to add that element in there, and then we put him in studio, and we're like, yeah, this is definitely, it adds the like kind of a little bit of a mysterious darkness to the song, which is a bit different than our other songs we have out there. So it's kind of taking a little bit of a turn toward a little bit mysterious sounding, and the chord progressions are a little different. So we're excited.
Yeah, it's kind of a minor key. For the record, from the beginning, I wanted this to be a duet.
Yes.
I was like, this has to have a male vocal. It has to. And our producers were like, oh, you can do it without.
But
and we were
I,
like,
and I have
no.
to say, I was on both sides of the fence, because I'm like,
Yeah.
I really selfishly love singing the whole thing.
Yeah.
'Cause it's really
Well,
fun to sing.
and because you sound amazing on it. So
And
it
it makes more sense though to have that male. I have like the other perspective in there, and
Yeah.
it's a cool concept. But
well, it adds to the tension for sure. There's a lot of like, I don't want to sexual tension, I guess.
Yeah.
But more like, it's more angsty than that. Actually, it's a lot deeper than just sexual tension. It's a lot deeper than that.
It's something that people don't really talk about. So we like to write those songs sometimes.
Yeah. It's about just, I guess, we should probably segue into what it's actually about. But it's about long-term relationships and marriages, and the complexity and the beauty of what those relationships can be, and the reality that there are still ups and downs. There's still moments where you find yourself attracted to somebody else, even if you love your partner and the person that you're with, and you kind of have to figure out what to do with those like dual feelings and how you're gonna grapple with that. So it's a song that like kind of very honestly acknowledges these things that can happen, and then what are you gonna do about it? So that's what the song's about. It's a little deeper than just your basic love triangle, and it's also a lot deeper than all the breakup songs at a bar kind of thing. So yeah.
And smashing up pickup trucks and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a little
That
it
takes too much energy.
yeah. Ours, we like to be intellectually challenging.
I love it. I can't wait to hear it, because it's going to be a lot of fun, because I like songs like that. And the one thing I'm intrigued with is I love harmonies. There is something about it that just, you hear a really good harmony.
I know.
And at the end of it, you got those little bumps on your arm up, and you can just go.
I will say, and this is something I like to tell, which we've gotten the roughs back of this mix for months, and my little boy, he's 3, and we were riding in the car. It was the very first mix, and the bridge has some like kind of haunting oohs and ahs in it. Ooh. And I was listening, and this part came on, and I just happened to kind of look in the rear view at my son, and he was going like he was meditating too, and I'm like, that is the cutest thing I've ever seen. And so it's like it does have some good feels in there. So, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love that story.
I wish that I could have like videoed him doing that, because it was so just pure,
Oh, you got to get a rear-facing cam on the mirror.
So funny.
That way you can just hit a button.
He loves music too, and he loves to hear our songs. So.
He loves the harmonies too. Those are always his favorite parts with the big choruses.
Yeah. Yeah, he laughs and claps, and when he hears like us hit those like the climax note of the chorus, he's like,
yeah.
So cute.
See, that's one thing I liked about Lady A. Their harmonies.
Yeah, pretty. Yeah, it's kind of probably similar to that, like the harmony between Jake and I. Kind of has that vibe.
I feel harmonies are so big for us too, even when it's just the two of us. And I think that contributed a lot to our more like bluegrass sound. Like we just like heavy, loud, stacked harmonies.
Yeah.
Like Nashville's kind of gone through this phase, at least in country music, where harmonies take a lot of a back seat, with solo artists. It's like kind of, here's the lead vocal and everything else is pretty far back. And anyways, yeah, we like to have a little more
and
layers.
I don't
than
know
that.
about you, but if there's a duo, like a duet happening, and they sing unison on the chorus, I get pissed off. I'm like, you have just wasted a song. What are you doing with your lives?
I know.
Oh, yeah. Structure, people. Structure.
Come on, learn how to harmonize.
That's all you need.
I know.
Yeah. Anyway.
Harmonizing is like all I know how to do at this point.
Well, I was like 7 and I was bored with the melody, so I'm like, I'm gonna figure out what these other people are doing.
Yep.
It's not that hard.
Screw it. Do it for yourself.
She says it's not that hard. Says the most naturally talented musician I've ever met. Tell
Crazy
it to
like
everyone, Millie.
All right. We got to get off here.
Oh yeah. We're getting the eye. Huh?
It's well, I mean,
We could talk all night about this stuff.
That's what
though,
I was sitting
so
there thinking.
We'll
I mean-
definitely have to reconvene We'll do it again some other way somehow.
well, I mean, we'll do it again. And like I told you earlier, we're, the new studio is going to be at. And
Yeah.
y'all get the podcast back up. Hell, I'll come and visit y'all. I mean,
Y'all,
it'd be fun.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
So tell everybody where they can find you.
Calamity Jane Official, anywhere on the internet, anywhere on socials. Is it?
I don't know.
Wait,
The lights flashed.
That was spooky because you started telling all your socials and everything, and the lights were flickering.
It's
because
because we've bashed social media the whole time.
they're like,
Is there a black helicopter
Traitor!
outside? Or... Oh man, that's crazy.
Just
anyways, yeah, Calamity Jane Official, everywhere on socials. But again,
and we do have platforms, but
our biggest following and our biggest engagement is streaming. So I personally would recommend following on Spotify or Apple Music or any of the above.
All the fun stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm weird. I don't listen to music on Spotify and stuff.
What?
I go to YouTube
You're classic.
and I will go to your Facebook page and I will look and see what live videos you put up.
Okay. Well, we
And what
have
music
and we
videos?
have a few more live shows. Actually, next Friday at Dee's Lounge in East Nashville at 9:00. We have a
Sweet.
show at 9/26 or September 26th.
Awesome.
If anyone wants to come see us live, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've got some live stuff posted on
Yeah.
Instagram.
That's what we
And Facebook,
use that for, show postings and
Yeah. Landing
live
page.
videos and such.
Cool beans. Ladies, I really appreciate y'all being on. This has been so much
Thanks
fun.
for having
It's
us.
been so fun. Yeah, thank you for having us, David. It's been
No
so
problem.
nice.
Everybody, please remember to check out Calamity Jane. Go to their show. Throw $20 bills at them.
Ow!
Big old,
Or
big old tip
hundreds.
jar.
Or whatever.
Yeah, hundreds or whatever. And remember, everybody, please like, share, follow, subscribe. It helps us all, whether you're an artist, a podcaster, or Joe Blow down the street that just wants to get some things out there and get seen. It helps us all. And that's what we all need. We need to get back to where we just help each other.
Yes.
All right. Love y'all. Mean it. Bye.